Cakap apa?
Dah akan berjalan juga. Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nureen Umaira binti Rosli, and for today I'm going to lead this presentation for case study open source server administration. And the topic that we got is effectiveness of backup and disaster recovery in cloud. So I'm going to start with an introduction. So for the introduction, a copy of data is needed in the event of data loss or restoration. Data is safeguarded by backups against human error, technical problems, and natural disasters. Um, Data backup and recovery can be done using both traditional and cloud-based methods. The expense of the implementation is substantial, as is the time it takes to recover. A disaster recovery plan, or also known as DRP, should be executable, testable, scalable, and maintainable. The DRP should achieve the target of recovery objectives with the consideration of cost constraint, that is recovery time objective, or also known as RTO, and recovery point objective, or also known as RPO. Hot standby is a failover strategy in which essential data is reliably and indefinitely moved to a standby site. When there are less loads, such as at night and on weekends, cold standby sites are used. And then next, for the problem statement, maintaining a well-suited backup and disaster recovery system in a company, as well as having an effective methodology, has become a critical concern. Data loss can occur as a result of machine failure, hardware failure, or human error, all of which have a significant financial impact on businesses. The goal of this thesis is to examine the operation of a present backup and disaster recovery system utilizing various media, research the challenges encountered when using them, and make recommendations for modifications to the existing system based on proof of concepts completed in an enterprise. Businesses are looking for cloud technologies to take advantage of the benefits it provides. And for the objectives. First objective is to learn about the current backup and disaster recovery systems in use in business or cloud. And for the second objective is to investigate and define the issues that businesses encounter with various backup and disaster recovery systems, such as traditional and cloud-based backup approach. And for the third objective, the challenges faced by existing approaches in a major fast moving consumer goods, or also known as FMCG, company using diverse platforms like as disks and clouds are better understood by gathering data in terms of performance indicators. And for the next presentation will be continued by the other member. Thank you.
So, I, SYAZANA AMIRA, will continue. Literature. Over time, two different models of disaster recovery have emerged, namely specific and shared. While both of these approaches are effective, they often force organizations to choose between cost and speed. Yet, given the reality that most IT budgets are flat or lower than before, organizations must be able to obtain this service without incurring significant upfront expenses or ongoing expenses. With pay-as-go price and the ability to improve as conditions change, cloud computing can help organizations meet the expectation of today's busy and fast-paced environment where IT demands continue to increase but not budget. This white paper discuss traditional approaches to disaster recovery and describe how organizations can use cloud computing to help plan for both commands description to service such as power line description, server hardware fail and security breaches as well as less frequent disasters. So, methodology backup in cloud is a strategy for sending a copy of a physical or virtual file or database to a secondary offsite location or for preservation in case of equipment fail or catastrophic per. The secondary server and data storage system are usually hosted by a third-party service provider who charge the backup customer a fee based on storage space or capacity used, data transmission bandwidth, number of user, number of server, or number of time data is accessed. Methodology disaster recovery in cloud is a service that enables the backup and recovery of remote machine on a cloud-based platform. Cloud disaster recovery is primarily in infrastructure as a service solution that's backup designated system data on a remote off-site cloud server. It provides update recovery point object (RPO) and recovery time object (RTO) in case of a disaster or system restore. So next, Kama will continue.
Okay, so me, Nurul QAMARINA binti KHAIRALL, and my mention number is 01BT20F1043. So I'm going to continue with references. So these are the links where we collect the data for the introduction, methodology, and so on. So next, okay, for the conclusion, backup and recovery are time-taking tasks but play a vital role. While traditional methods are being followed for their advantage, but they pose challenges which are leading the companies to shift towards the stateless backup. Cloud-based solution was implemented to compare this attainted values obtained from case study where parameters considered were RTO, RPO, age of backup, time taken to backup, and time taken to recover. CPO, CPU utilization, and memory utilization of backup server. It is clearly evident from the results that cloud-based backup NVR has proven to be better with regard to TCU, RTO, and RPO. It provides advantage such as low total cost of ownership, which is the system requires minimal capital cost, and easier employment, which is a cloud-based solution generally have less complexity and have less pieces of software to manage. Flexible, which is it with login credentials. A user can access the data from any location, and the last one is easier upgrades, which is software updates do not require rebooting of all devices. So that's all from us. Thank you.